Today we are back live for another Max Monday event. It is Dynamax Max Monday and it features Dynamax Darumaka. Now, of course, over the weekend we've spent a lot of particles already doing Dynamax Lugia. So we haven't got many particles, but of course we have had the 3 ones that we've earned today. We should be able to do around about 4 or 5 battles potentially of Dynamax Darumaka, because it is a level 2 Dynamax, meaning it costs 400 max particles. So it is a little bit costly, but hopefully we can grab a few good ones while we are out and about. And in particular, we are going to head to an early one now and see if we can take this down just before 6 p.m. Should get there in the next few seconds, in fact. So hopefully we can do this one as an early one and then may revisit it during the 6 to 7 event when it will respawn a fresh Darumaka. So do let me know in the comments down below if you are doing any Darumakas for yourself tonight, and if you have got a decent one already, let me know your best IV Dynamax Darumaka in the comments down below. I believe a hundo is around 632. I might have misread that, but we'll have to see what sort of CPs you do go down to when we take them on. So here we go. This is the first one of the evening. We'll just go straight in with recommended. I think G-Max Blastoise is probably going to be a good counter for this, with it being a water against a fire. So I can't see us doing too much wrong there. So we're all D-Max, so might as well collect those particles just so we do it quicker. I don't think there's any way in which you can take down Dynamax Darumaka. With it being a level 2, I don't think there's any way you can take it down without having to D-Max or G-Max. So Gigantamax Blastoise, it does look really, really cool. And this one is our shiny best buddy one. We've already maxed it out to level 50. And it is a 96 IV. Very, very cool stats on this. It's always cool when a shiny is actually decent stats as well. You can really make some use out of it. But there we go, the first Darumaka of the evening. Let's see if we start the evening on a shiny, or maybe just a decent one. Let's see. No shiny. And we've got 800 CP, so we're on about 823 potentially then as a hundo. Excellent throw the second time round. Thanks so much for everybody joining and watching. Let me know in the comments if you've done any Darumaka this evening yourself, and if so, what was your best one? And also let me know how you got on with Lugia yesterday as well. Did you do many Lugia over a weekend? I did, annoyingly, 70 Lugias over a weekend, over a 2-day event, and didn't get a shiny at all. So very disappointed with Lugia. Well, hopefully it was a different story for yourself. Let me know in the comments if you managed to grab a shiny from that event. So we're going to see if we can grab that one there next to that Mega Aerodactyl raid. Should be able to grab that just before 6 p.m. So we might be able to do 2 early ones here. And then we collect our particles. If we collect them in the most efficient way, we might be able to sneak an extra one in here. We'll have to see. Like I say, it isn't the most ideal Dynamax to have a Max Monday, with it being a level 2 and costing 200 max particles. It isn't the most ideal straight after a Dynamax Lugia weekend. Do hate throwing on a wet screen. It just doesn't like it at all. And your phone's a little bit wet. It is raining here in the UK, so it does become a little bit annoying to try and throw, especially quick throwing. So today there's been no other event happening throughout the day on Pokemon Go today. We've had a pretty dismal array of wild spawns today. No, it is the end of the current season. New season starts tomorrow. New event starts tomorrow as well. So hopefully we'll see a few better spawns tomorrow. It's the Journey to Paldea event tomorrow. And that's going to see a shiny boosted odds for the likes of Larvitar and Bagon in the wild as well. So make sure to keep checking those tomorrow and for the remainder of the week. Some really decent shinies, both of them are really nice shinies, especially when they're fully evolved. And they are really useful as well. Both of them have the megas, which are very, very good in the game. Don't know whether we'll just be able to sneak into this one just before. Let's see. Just turned 6 PM, so it might boot us out. See what it does here. It's allowed us to do it. It's allowed us to do it. Maybe we fix that bug. There used to be a bug where if you went into the Max Mundi already in a battle, it would kick you out. So maybe we fix that now. Kingler is such a cool water type G-Max. Looks really, really cool when it's G-Max. That massive long beard. It's almost like Santa Claus crab. Sorry, Jonathan, I've just toggled the chat on and off and then it started to work again. So, Santa Crab Kingler, yeah. Yeah, I can see your chat now, Jonathan. Yeah, for some reason the chat was on, but it wasn't displaying on my screen for some reason. Managed to just toggle it on and off and it ended up working. But yeah, thanks very much for joining, Jonathan, by the way. 807 on the CP of that second one, so slightly better than the first. I'm hoping we can potentially reach the next one from here, but we'll have to see. We may go for a little bit of a walk and get a few extra ones towards the bottom, just so we can do our daily adventure in sense in between. .807 is a 3-star. And it's 15, 12, 13. So, like I say, I think the hundo is around 823. I could be wrong there. Jonathan might correct me in the chat. But I believe it's 823 for the hundo. And we should be able to collect our particles now, meaning that we can get another 2 more Darumakas done. Yeah, that's absolutely fine, Jonathan. I'm going to put my daily adventure incense on for the next half an hour. We'll walk down to a couple towards the bottom there. I think there's 2 right next to each other down here. Wild Snorlax, that is going to be a pain to catch, I assume. Let's see. It's not one to stay in the ball. Let's try a golden raz on it. There we go. It either stayed or it ran. I'll check in just a moment. It did stay in the ball. I'm surprised by that. Yeah, Snorlax being Snorlax, exactly. So I believe the week after next, we have got a Snorlax G-Max day. We're repeating Snorlax G-Max. I think that's going to be on Sunday the 14th of December. I think somebody messed up online and released a load of the tickets when we shouldn't have done. You can do, Jonathan, please. Yeah, I think it's 823, but if you can just confirm that for me, that'll be brilliant. Something's telling me I've seen 823 today. Kecleon on the stop. This will be a nice shiny to get. For how rare it is to find Kecleon on stops, I'm really surprised that the shiny is full odds. It's already quite rare to find it on stops, and then when you do find it, I would have assumed that the shiny rate was boosted to 1 in 64, but it isn't. It's 1 in 512 for shiny Keldeo. Kecleon, sorry. Keldeo. Got Keldeo on my mind at the moment. You're correct, it's 823. See? Got me figures right today. I'm learning. I'm getting better with these numbers. So yeah, the new season starts tomorrow as well. It's called Precious Paths. If you've not already seen the YouTube short that I've done, and also the TikTok short that I've done, explaining what's coming up on Pokemon Go this week, then make sure to go check that out after this live stream. But the Precious Path season starts tomorrow, and it's been hinted that we're going to get the likes of Gigantamax Meowth and also Dynamax Hitmonchan. And we're also going to get some nice little costume Pokemon, including a very cool looking costume Sudowoodo. It's basically dressed up like a Christmas tree. It looks really, really cool. So we're still working our way through that Keldeo research. Let's see what we're currently on at the moment. So we've got to catch 107 Pokemon originally from the Sinnoh region. We should do that pretty easy because we've still got a couple more days where we've got to catch a Pokemon on 10 different days. And we're a couple more days away from that. And tomorrow's Spotlight Hour, which we should hopefully be live for, weather dependent, but hopefully we should be live for Cranidos Spotlight Hour tomorrow. And Cranidos is of course from the Sinnoh, so we should easily get that task done, if not already before then. And then it'll just be a case of doing those 10 days, of which if we're 7 today, we'll be 8 tomorrow. Shiny Trico, I haven't seen that shiny for a while. Let's go, Shiny Trico on the live stream. I have not seen this shiny for a while. That is pretty cool. It is a nice looking shiny. Is it any good? Not really. 1 star. But still, shiny during the live stream. That is pretty cool. I'll take that. drill bit. Always nice to make sure you've got enough drill bit candy. Drill bit does come in very, very useful, and of course it does have a new Mega coming out in the series with the Pokemon Legends ZA. Not too sure if I like the design of the Mega Excadrill, but it may grow on me. So we've gone all on that stop, but what have we got in our balloon? I could really want Cliff more than anything. Cliff's the only one with any sort of decent shadow Pokemon. See what our next daily adventure in Zed Spawn is, and then we'll jump in on that Dynamax Darumaka. Let's go for it. So we've currently done 193 kilometers out of 300 for our level 75 or level 76 requirement. Currently level 75. Once we've done the distance, we should level up. We've also got to do around about 20 more Team Go Rocket grunts before we complete the 100, which is also another requirement for the level up. But we should do that before we do the kilometers. Haven't really been focusing on doing rockets, but do the odd one every now and again. So we're just slowly chipping away at those rockets while we're doing the kilometers. But to be honest, over his last couple of weeks, I haven't done many kilometers at all, really. I only did around about 53 kilometers this last week, and I was mainly walking around doing those Dynamax Lugias over a weekend. And then the week before, I only did 41 kilometers. So it's not really been a massive, exciting event these last 2 weeks on Pokemon Go. There's nothing really been whetting my appetite, so to speak. The events have been pretty poor since we've had the Pokemon Go wild area. But it's to be expected, of course, such a big event in the year. I think most people go through a bit of a downturn in interest in the game after big events. And it's so easy to do. So 795 on that Darumaka is probably the worst one of the evening. It is a 3-star still though. 13, 11, 14 on the stats there. And again, we will compare these Dynamaxes that we get this evening with other Darumakas that we've already saved in our storage. Haven't saved them all, of course, but the decent ones that I've saved, we'll see if we can outdo the best one that I've currently got in my storage with what we get tonight. And it is a Dynamax which potentially could have quite a lot of play in the future. Dynamax Darumaka is a decent fire type, but it all depends on what we do with the Zen mode Darmanitans. Them are even stronger than the normal forms. They haven't yet been released in the game, but if it ends up being a brand new Pokemon, the same as the likes of Origin Giratina, then we'll have to hunt for them all over again. Maybe it's only certain Darumaka who can change into the Zen form, a bit like the Rockruff evolution, for example. Or maybe it will be allowed to just change form and they'll add it as a second evolution, similar to the likes of Curlier, Ralts evolution, evolving into the likes of Glade or Gardevoir. Maybe it's just something like that. We'll have to wait and see on that, but the Zen form will be an interesting addition in Pokemon Go when it does come out. And it does have a Zen form in both Ice and Fire types. And both those are going to be really, really good in their respective typing. It's so annoying when you have to keep wiping the phone screen every minute or so because of the rain. It's just that horrible wet drizzle at the moment. It's not very nice to be walking around in. Getting soaked. But we'll carry on. We've got this Dynamax Darumaka to do down here. And then we've probably run out of particles after that. Yes, I think we have. So we'll do this Dynamax Darumaka, and then we'll catch a few more spawns on our way back up, including the remainder of our daily adventure incense. And we'll see what we end up with after that. 5 kilometers walked, and we've got a horrible CP Mantite, 688. Maybe over a 700 mark with Mantite to be any good. Put 10 kilometer road. There we go. Katarina, that would have been a nice shiny. Bronzor, that is shiny boosted, but no shiny on this occasion. Let's walk a little bit closer. Just need to be careful when I'm walking here because it's pitch black dark. And there's quite a few puddles about, so I don't want to get soaked. And I aren't even on a camera, so you won't be able to see me get soaked, so it won't even be funny for you. Right, so let's jump in on this last Darumaka. Can we make the last one count? So it's definitely not a very nice day to be walking around doing Max Monday, but we'll carry on with it for now. Like I say, we've reached the final Dynamax Darumaka of the evening. Of course, you could spend loads of max particles, but at the moment, Darumaka is not one of the best fire type in terms of Dynamax or G-Max. We've of course got the likes of Charizard and also Cinderace in the G-Max, so those are miles ahead. D-Max, Darmanitan. So it isn't a super useful one at the moment. Maybe if it was a bit better, we might spend a few particle packs on it, but at the moment, there's no real need to do that. And especially after the weekend we've just had with Dynamax Lugia, where we've spent a lot of particle packs already. Like, I assume quite a few of you have watching. So yeah, if you're tuning into the channel for the first time, please make sure to hit that like button on the live stream. And also, go ahead and follow me on TikTok. Danzo Biggins on TikTok, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're here as well, and turn that notification bell on. We've got 8:04 to finish off the evening with Dynamax Darumaka. And then we'll see what spawns on our daily adventures then. So let's see if we can get a glaring bird on the last day of the season. So how good was that 804? Let's just compare that. We've got a 14, 12, 14. So not terrible, but not the best that we've had this evening. Let's type in Darumaka and Dynamax. And we've saved 7 so far. Of course, 4 of those have been completed this evening. And as you can see, with a little blue halo behind them, they're the ones that we've got this evening. 795 is the lowest. And we've had an 812 before in the past. That is a 14, 14, 14. So that's a really cool one. Then we've had an 809. Same stats, 93, but sorry, same IV should I say, but different stats. 93 again, but a 12, 15, 15. And then we got an 807. That was one that we had this evening. So that's how the best one that we got this evening compares to the other ones that we've had. So not too bad, but could have been slightly better. Might not be something we keep hold of. Again, phone just spamming out a bit because of it being wet on the screen, unfortunately. So yeah, for those who don't already know as well, I have started a Discord server. So if you want to join that Discord server, let me know in the comments down below. Either comment on the live or comment on one of the other videos, maybe on the most recent video that I've uploaded, the week on Pokemon Go YouTube short. Comment on that video saying that you want to join the Discord server. I will put a link in the description and you should be able to join the server through that link. I'm also going to set up a QR code as well for the Discord server, so you can join by scanning a QR code. I'll be doing that later this week. So it's going to be a very chilled Discord server. We're going to organise a few raids in there and stuff. People can organise raids. People can obviously make friends in there. Whether you've been watching my videos from TikTok or YouTube, all in one place, we can discuss what we love about Pokemon Go, organise raids, and make new friends, which is what it's all about. So that'll be really, really cool. So make sure to join the Danzo Biggins server when you can and be a part of that. Shoulder, we always like catching shoulder because it's 1,000 Stardust per catch on shoulder. There you go, 1,000 Stardust. It's crazy how shoulder gives out so much Stardust. Tiny skitty. Shiny glaring Yamask. Let's go. Look at that. That is a beautiful looking shiny. I did not think I was going to come out today and end up getting 2 wild shinies during a live stream, but there you go. Shiny glaring Yamask. Look how cool he looks. It's not a bad one either, it's 2-star, which isn't too bad for a wild shiny. So 124 MCP, and it looks really, really cool with those green eyes. Super cool looking shiny. So the game's rewarding me with shinies now, being that we struggled so much over the weekend with Lugia. Just decided to start handing my shinies out for us now. So I think over the next 10 days or so, we have got, like I mentioned before, I believe it's G-Max Snorlax Max Battle Day on Sunday the 14th of December. And the only reason I know about that, it's not officially been announced yet. I expect them to officially announce it sometime later this week. But there is a ticket that has been found in the game code, which is a Snorlax G-Max ticket. And they have announced that it is going to be a Max Battle Day on Sunday the 14th. So 2 and 2 together, I would fully assume that it's going to be G-Max Snorlax Max Battle Day on Sunday the 14th. And it'll probably be between 2 PM and 5 PM. But for the next 10 days, I'm probably going to save up my particles. Other than, of course, Max Monday next week. I'm probably going to save up my particles over the next couple of days and start powering up or using those particles to unlock my max moves on the likes of G-Max Machamp. G-Max Machamp will probably be the highest or the best attacker to use against Snorlax, with it being weak to fighting types. That's a little extra drill there from me daily. So yeah, we will use those G-Max, or those max particles, should I say, on the G-Max Machamp just to unlock its max move up to the highest potential. And we did get a G-Max Machamp from a lucky trade a couple of weeks ago, and it didn't go too bad, to be fair. So that's probably going to be one that we power up. Probably just sit it below level 50, just because I know at level 77, I believe, or something like that, there is a quest where you have to max out a Pokemon up to level 50 7 times. So if I just power it up just below 50, we should only have to do 1 power up when we get to that challenge to be able to get 2 level 50s for that challenge. And it won't make a massive difference with it sitting there at 49.5 in a G-Max battle, I'm sure. So we've got a Shadow Latios here. I don't know if anybody in the comments wants to do a Shadow Latios, but it is the last day that Shadow Latios is going to be on raids. Tomorrow it swaps for Shadow Heatran, so people are probably going to save the raid passes for that one. But again, it's another good time to join the Discord server if you do want Shadow Heatran raids. I'm sure people in the Discord are going to be doing those, so make sure to join the server, and you can hopefully jump on a few invites of people which are hosting them there, and I'll be hosting myself in there, so make sure to join the server and you could end up joining one of my raids through there. My trainer code is on the server as well, so you can add me as soon as you join. I do hope tomorrow's spotlight hour is a bit drier than today, because today's main aim has been doing the Dynamax Darumaka, so we haven't been catching too much this hour, but it's still been an absolute nightmare to try and throw the ball with a wet screen. So hopefully the rain will stay away for tomorrow's spotlight hour, because I would like to try and get a few more candies for Cranidos. Cranidos is a very, very useful Pokemon, and got made even more useful because of its Shadow variant, which got released around about a year ago. It is still very much up there in terms of the top rock types in the game. So let's see what the last few remaining spawns are on our daily adventure incense. We've got 2.5 minutes left remaining. We've got a Galarian Meowth, which just won't stop moving, really. Nice hit it with a great throw on that occasion. Nice little UK regional, Stonejourner. Of course, based on Stonehenge here in the UK. Still can't get it shiny at the moment, Stonejourner. Fully expect him to release that shiny in the next year or so. It's not been too long in the game, Stonejourner, but it got released before Wiglet, and Wiglet had its shiny release, so maybe it's time for Stonejourner to have its shiny release at some point. Excellent throw on a Donphan. Although not one to stay on a ball. Got a Lampent off a daily just underneath it. So 59 seconds remaining. Should get another 2 daily adventure incense spawns if we're lucky, depending on how long the next one takes to load in. Should get 1 more after that, I assume. There we go, we've got Tarantula. Our newest Pokemon to be released, and we get a brand new Pokemon tomorrow as well in the form of Knackley. Knackley will be part of the Journey to Paldea event. So another brand new Pokemon tomorrow. 12 more seconds. Let's see if we can get 1 more incense spawn. Will it be a Galarian bird? It isn't. It's unfortunately only a Bunnelby. So not a great last spawn to finish the incense on. And that will probably do us for this evening. It's very, very cold and wet, and a windy evening here in the UK. Hopefully wherever you are, you're a lot drier than what I am at the moment. There we go, 32 caught on the daily adventure incense today. And we did manage to do 4 Darumakas, none of them amazing stats. We did get an 807, the Hundo was 823, so not massively far away, but still not better than what we had previously. But let me know in the comments if you managed to do any Darumaka today. And also don't forget to like this live stream, follow me on TikTok, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for tuning into the live stream. Make sure to go check out the Discord server as I've mentioned before, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow for Spotlight Hour featuring Cranidos at the same time, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. We'll be live around 5:50 p.m. UK time for that. So make sure to come check me out on YouTube again for Spotlight Hour. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.